There's warmth and fire. Do you not wish to warm yourself by my fire?
Right everyone, WeaponCollector here. Right, this is WeaponCollectors Film Club. So today's video is Conan the Barbarian. Before I go any further, don't forget to click the poll above to pick the category for next week's film category, and don't forget to watch till the end to find out what next week's film is. So yeah, so this week's film was Conan the Barbarian. You saw a little bit of an opener there. Arnold Schwarzenegger film from 1981. Written by John Milius, I think it was, and Oliver Stone, which that surprised me. I didn't know this was written by Oliver Stone. Originally, the Conan stuff is originally from Robert E. Howard. Again, I don't know the stuff to the original Conan stuff, but I imagine it's probably pretty good. Yeah, I certainly do like this film anyway. So I'll go through a quick synopsis and then we'll start talking about it. So it's about Conan. It starts off with him as a child. His family gets killed. He becomes a slave, and then a gladiator, then a thief, and meets up with these other really good characters as well. Goes on a bit of a revenge mission. Finally gets his revenge at the end. But yeah, overall, very good story, I think. Well written story. Arnie's doing his usual acting, which is nothing special, but if you like Arnie, you'll like most of his film anyway. This is a good film anyway. I don't think it would have mattered really who was in the starring role, you know, as long as it had someone big and muscly to be the Conan character. As for all the other characters, I like all the characters in this, all the goodies anyway. Sandahl Bergman, if that's how you say her name, she's absolutely beautiful in this. She's beautiful, strong, really good character as well. Subotai, his little mate, and all that. Yeah, and the wizard. But they're all really good characters. You like all of them lot. And again, you hate the main baddies as well. Really good special effects in this as well. The snake's really good. Good bit of gore, you know, heads being chopped off. One thing this did remind me of, I never really thought about it till today when I was watching it, but the Doom cult, Falsa Doom's death cult, did remind me of some of the modern day death cults we get today, quite similar. But then they're all based on the same thing anyway, you know, any sort of real life death cults that are going around the world are all from thousands of years ago anyway, you know, they've not really fucking evolved, have they? So I won't get into that anyway. But yeah, this has very good narration as well. I like a film to have a good bit of narration, a good narrator. Partly why I like the film 300, that has a good narrator in it. The acting, most of the acting is nothing special in it, but again, it doesn't really matter in this. This isn't about the acting, it's more about the theatrics, the special effects, the fighting. Loads of really good weapons in this as well. Pretty much any sort of medieval weapon you can think of is in this film. There's swords, warhammers, axes, no end of different swords, really cool armour. Yeah, lots of really good stuff. The very first beheading scene's quite shocking as well. I know most of us may have seen this quite a few times, but let me know what you thought of that when Conan's mother is killed. I think the first time, if you've never seen that before, I think that bit's quite shocking because you at first don't actually know what's happening, do you? You don't know she's beheaded, I don't think. You see the body fall away. But yeah, very good opening scenes as well. That whole entire section's really good. One thing I was going to say is about the old Conan sword, because I know some people have a bit of a funny thing about the sword because they're pouring molten metal into like a mould sort of thing. But I think that's just for theatrics really, and I think if you think about when this film was made in the 1980s, 1981 in particular, there wouldn't have been many people know that's not how swords made. It's only with the internet and YouTube and that nearly everybody now who can have access to that kind of thing will know, you know, and looks into it, will know that that's not how you'd make a sword. So I think in those days you wouldn't have known, and it wouldn't have sort of, I don't think it spoils it anyway. they're in a sort of fantasy world. Maybe in their world that's how they make swords, and maybe that's how it, you know. Maybe that's deliberate. Maybe that's why the sword breaks later on. You know what I mean? But that's a discussion in its own right, I think. I'll tell you what my favourite scenes were. Definitely I forgot actually. This film probably has one of my all-time favourite scenes in any funny scenes in any film actually. So I like the witch scene. That's quite funny, but that's not the one. So the witch scene's very good. The giant's tomb, I like that. That's a good bit when he first gets his sword. That's a good scene. But my all-time favourite scene is when him and Subutai are high on Lotus and Conan knocks out a camel with one punch. I've always found that bit absolutely hilarious. Brilliant scene that is. Yeah, really funny. So yeah, overall, very good film. If you've never seen Conan, I hope you enjoyed this, Conan the Barbarian. There is Conan the Destroyer as well, which is, it's a good film in its own right, I think. Not quite as good as this one, but it's worth watching. But yeah, Conan, brilliant music, good direction, good characters. Yeah, an overall very good story. And I'll be honest, I wish they'd made more of them, rather than just the two. So yeah, let me know what you think, because I know a lot of you would have seen this. There was a HD version you could have watched. Again, I'll put that in the description if you want, or go back to the Jeremiah Johnson one, it'll be in there. So you can still watch it if you want to discuss this with us. But, yeah, classic 80s Arnie film, but very good really. Yeah, I especially like the fight scenes, and it's got a lot of good body parts, you know, coming off and spurting blood. I do like that. But, yeah. Yes, that's it really. That's about as much as I can say. Now it's down to you. I want to have a discussion with you. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to do the poll, and don't forget to watch to the very end to find out what next week's video will be. Right? I hope you enjoyed the video. See you later. Before you leave, if you ever wanted to support this channel, you can now via Patreon, or by shopping at Amazon.com and Gearbest. There's more info below if you need that. Remember, if you want to get full notifications for this channel, click the bell, and I'll see you later. Cheers.